Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of my Philadelphia Union MLS Let's Play, and I have another transfer to announce. French international Patrice Evra, I got him on a free coming from West Ham. Now, I know I have Matt Real starting at left back, but Fabinho is unhappy with his playing time at the moment, and he's trying to force a move, and recently I agreed to a deal to sell him to Central Coast Mariners, some Australian team. And to help Matt Real with his development, I decided to bring in Patrice Evra. He's on not a high amount of wages, and also he's a solid backup. And with that perfectionist personality and that 19 determination, I'm hoping that he can help Matt Real into a solid starting MLS left back into the future. Now, having said that, let's get into the schedule and show you how we've been doing over the past few games. We've been off to a great start so far. Since we last played against Toronto FC, losing 2-0, we went to Columbus, and it looked like for a while it was going to be a 0-0 draw again. David Accam came in clutch in the 63rd minute and got the only goal of the game. Going to Montreal Impact, won 2-1. Juan Agudelo getting another goal in the season, and Fafa Pico getting one as well. And then we move on to Real Salt Lake. We were losing 1-0 in the 71st minute after that Luis Silva goal. And basically I went on all-out attacking tactics. Borek Dolchkow got a penalty in the box in the 82nd minute, and then he scored a goal off a free kick in extra time. So it was a pretty exciting game. And now today we play our rivals in the New York Red Bulls. Go over to the team selection for this game. So for now, I got Matt Real starting at left back and Patrice Evra. However, the last game was his debut against Real Salt Lake, and I subbed him on, so his debut already happened. Mark McKenzie is currently injured, so Jack Elliott is filling in that role. Richie Marquez is filling in that role on the bench. And we have Rosenberry at right back still, and Andre Blake at goalkeeper. So Bedoya, and I'm going to put in Madugin in here and put Tolkley on the bench for Herbers. So Bedoya, Madugin in, and then we got Accam on the wing, who's been having a great start this season, 7.13 rating. Dochkow's looks like he's starting to come up to par with what we've seen in real life. And then we have Fafa Pico on the inside forward on the left side, and then Juan Agudelo in that complete forward role that he's been having some success in, 4 goals scored so far. Now let's get into the match. All right. So I'm hoping our good run of form can continue throughout this rivalry game. Typically what happens in Football Manager, for me at least, is we'll have a good run of games, and then it'll go south mid-season. We'll be on a run of draws and losses. And either that, or we'll have a good run of form going up into a rivalry game or a cup game, and then we'll just blow it out of nowhere. So yeah, the Philadelphia Union actually made a signing today in real life. Their second signing, technically their second signing up for the first team this year. I can't remember his name. French international from New York Red Bulls, actually, ironically, for this episode. But yeah, he's 32 years old. He's got 6 years of experience in the MLS. I don't think he's a starting player, but I think he's on $300K a year. I don't think that's bad for an experienced backup center back in a position that we really needed some more depth. We only have currently in real life Trusty, Elliott, and McKenzie in those positions. But we're getting off to a great start here. Hopefully we can get a goal in before halftime. Matt Real up the left wing. Pico, Bedoya. All right, back to Madugin. Elliott. It looks like that could be a penalty. Now, in real life, I actually went to this game this past season away at Red Bulls, and I remember the Union played a really good game, and I remember CJ Sapong missing a penalty in like the 63rd minute or something like that, and it was just heartbreaking. Then Red Bull come back at the end of the season and beat us 1-0 off a penalty, ironically. But yeah, that was the only away game I went to last year. I plan on going to the Red Bulls game away this season. Maduginen gets it in 1-0. Do I have him set to take the penalty? Or, oh no, it was probably because he's the one that earned it, maybe? I don't know. Getting off to a great start over our rivals, the New York Red Bulls, up 1-0. But this year, I'm actually planning on going to Atlanta, the Union Atlanta game in week 3. Also hoping to go to the Red Bulls and DC United games this season. Don't get complacent. Let's hope we can hold on to this lead. We're going to encourage. Frustrated by encouragement. Jack Elliott got motivated by that. Alright. So Elliott looks like to be a little subpar at the moment. Dochkal's not having a great game. Agadello. Oh, one thing I actually forgot to mention. Oh my god. Back to 1-1. It's time to make some changes. Well, before I go on, one thing I actually forgot to mention. Since I brought in Patrice Evra, and he's a French international, I had to release Corey Burke on waivers. It was between him or Kasper Przybylko. I didn't want to get rid of Przybylko because he just has the better rating in the game, even though he hasn't shown that yet. But I'm hoping that he can get something going as a rotation striker. And now we're going to bring in Ilsinho into the attacking mid position. And I'm going to bring on Evra here for Matt Real. And I'm going to keep Jack Elliott on for now. Maybe sub Richie Marquez in later into the game. So I'm going to go from positive to attacking. If it gets to the 80th minute and there's no highlights, I think I'm going to switch to very attack and just all out. Highlight here. David Akam. Maduginen. Alright, and it looks like this is going to be a counterattack highlight for Red Bull. Or maybe not. Akam. Pico. Oh. Show some passion. Akam on the wing. Ilsinho gets it. Bedoya. Maduginen. Oh, off the post. Alright, I think it's... I don't know if I want to bring on Przybylko. No, that's not what I want to do. Maybe... try him in a pressing forward and attack. We'll try him in that role. And... I'll bring on Tokle. And put him in an advanced playmaker and support role. Bring on... oh no. Alright, use 3 subs. Alright. 80th minute comes around, I'm going to go to very attacking. Hoping to get a... because it's a rivalry game, you got to go for the win here. Doy over the middle to Elsinho. It gets intercepted by Josh Adams. Oh, that was too close for comfort right there. Tyler Adams. I said Josh Adams. Ooh. Okay. Another highlight. I don't think it's definitely not the end of the game highlight. It would have been at like the 93rd minute. Oh no. That would mean soul crushing if we just gave up a goal like that. And it looks like this is going to be the end of the game. So it looks like we tie Red Bull 1-1 away. Not a bad result for playing New York Red Bulls away, but obviously in a rivalry game you prefer a win. Alright. I feel very indifferent about that. I don't feel excited or anything. So for the next game, I think we're going to skip Chicago and go to the Atlanta United game away. So I'll cut back in after I play the Chicago game. I'll see you guys then. Hey guys, I'm back, and a couple things to talk about before we go into the Atlanta United game. So Fabinho is officially going to Central Coast Mariners in about a month and a half's time. Sold him for about $58K plus installments. And an interesting development going on right now is Austin Trusty is currently getting interest from Borussia Dortmund and RB Leipzig. So I know a lot of young U.S. players are going over to Germany. So if a decent offer comes in for Austin Trusty, I might have to take it. If it's around $5 million, I mean, we got to face reality here. With the Philadelphia Union, we don't have a huge transfer budget to spend on players. But if we can maybe flip some players and make some money, that might be the way to go in order to increase our transfer funds. And now to go over the past game that we just had. So we crushed Chicago 4-0. So I wanted to rotate the team in this game. I put Tokle and Derek Jones in, taking out Madugin in, and I took out Dochcal. Also put in Kasper Przbylko, hoping that he catches some type of form, and he did. He got an assist and a goal. In the 49th minute, Derek Jones also getting his first goal of the season in the 11th minute early in the game. And Fafa Pico and Tokle also getting assist and a goal in the 68th minute. So it looks like Tokle is finally starting to come into the role that we want to develop him in and hopefully become a replacement for Dochcal. Now we're going to go on and edit the lineup for the Atlanta United game. Also, Akam had an injury in training recently, so he's going to have to sit out for 2 weeks. But it's no big deal. We can bring on Dadbot Elsinho onto the field. Bring Dochcal back into that position. Agadella back at striker. Now I'm going to try him. I'm going to try him as an advanced forward as opposed to a complete forward. Hopefully he can have some better luck there. Bring Madugin back on. Put him in that deep lying playmaker role. Matt Real, Jack Elliott, Austin Trusty, and Rosenberry. Now, I do know McKenzie is still injured. Complete rehabilitation. Can't play more than 45 minutes. So I'm going to leave him out for this game for now. Fabinho, Craval. I'm going to bring on Herbers onto the bench. I still think he's a solid reserve to bench player in the MLS in real life as well. So this is the starting lineup that we're going to go with here. Hopefully we can get a win over Atlanta United. So obviously we're underdogs. Ambitions of the club are matched by the chairman. No. I'll just remain neutral on that. So Jay Sugarman actually did come to me in the game, not in real life. Did come to me with an offer talking about the club's future and talking about renewing my contract because we were doing so well early on in the season. And I said the only request I made, because there wasn't increased the transfer budget, that was the top of my list to do. The thing I did ask for was to improve youth recruitment, and he denied that. So I just said, well, I don't know if I can continue next season, but I'm sure there's going to be another offer down the road. It's highly doubtful I'm going to get fired or anything like that in the first season. But since this is a Union Let's Play, obviously at some point I'm going to get another deal. Dochkow almost scoring from outside the box. So next time the offer comes around, I'm just going to sign regardless of whatever he offers. Mainly the idea is to try and pressure Jay Sugarman into basically try and help me out, advance the team. Julian Gressel actually might, I don't know. I'm going to look at Julian Gressel later and see if scout him, add him to my short list, because I like Julian Gressel as an MLS player a lot, actually. I think he's a very solid MLS winger. Joseph Martinez crosses it into Barco. And I am aware that there are some rumors of Ezekiel Barco joining the Union on a 1-year loan. Considering the Bork Dochkow deal fell through with Hinan Jaye, his Chinese professional team that he was playing with, I don't think it's a bad move at all. I mean, Barco's not getting, he's getting rotated into the team at Atlanta, but he's not the number one guy on the team, and I think we have a possible penalty coming up. But yeah, Barco would be a great addition for a 1-year loan. However, it would be nice to get a permanent replacement for the number 10 and not just have a bunch of loanies coming in every season. But yeah, it would be cool to see Barco in a Union jersey for a year. However, it's just a rumor, but as I think about it, it makes sense for both teams. I mean, Barco's 20 years old. Oh, and a goal from Austin Trusty, assisted by Madujinin. Trusty gets his first goal of the season, and now it's a 1-1 game. But yeah, Barco's a young player, and Atlanta United want to develop him. And potentially, let's watch this goal again, potentially flip him and make a good profit off of him. Oh, another thing, I've actually been getting some media questions about Keegan Rosenberry. So San Jose is actually interested in Keegan Rosenberry. I know in the comment section. Well, the first person to actually comment into my on one of my videos actually asked if I could trade away Keegan Rosenberry, and yeah, if a good deal comes through, why not? And also, try to play a part of the realism aspect. Go assertive here. Playing the realism aspect since he's not on the team anymore. And next season, forces me to look for a new starting right back. I don't want to have Gaddis in there. But, that just adds to the fun of it. And I don't know. If a good deal comes mid-season for Rosenberry, I'm taking it. But if it's not good enough, I'm just going to wait till the end of the season and trade him off. Bedoya out to Agudelo. Into the box to Pico. And a beautiful assist and a beautiful goal by Fafa Pico. Pico with his 5th goal of the season. Pico, I should have just put him in striker. But yeah, David Akam and Pico have been great wingers so far. If David Akam only came into form in real life last season, who knows, we could have won the Open Cup. So, speaking of the Open Cup, for the early rounds of this series of the Open Cup, I think I'm only going to show the quarterfinal if it's an interesting game, and I'm going to show the semifinal and obviously the final. So, quarterfinal if it's an interesting game, semifinal obviously, and the final. Those are the only U.S. Open Cup games that I'm gonna be really filming, and I haven't made any substitutions, so oh my god. This is what happens when I talk for too long. So Bedoya, Dochkel's having a pretty bad game. I'll bring on Toclay. Agudelo, he just got an assist. Do I have a backup? No, I should have put Gaddis on the bench. Matt Real's tired. I'll bring on Patrice. And I do have Patrice Evra mentoring Matt Real along with Keegan Rosenberry for now. And I think... Actually, I'm going to take off Bedoya and bring on Derek Jones. Very Jim Curtin-esque, subbing all three players in the 80th minute. Out to the wing to Rosenberry. Toclay Sagirsi. I might have to actually look up how to say his name. His second game and his second goal. Second consecutive game. But yeah, if he keeps this up, Dochkel could very well lose his starting job. Because Dochkel, he's been inconsistent. I know I said Rosenberry in the comments. I said, and Joseph Martinez gets one back. All right, so I don't want to touch this. I'm just gonna say concentrate. Hopefully, we can hold on to this 1-goal lead. And I don't want another highlight here. And I know I said Rosenberry was inconsistent to start off the season, but he's starting to come into form now, and hence the interest from San Jose. No, not like this. Ugh. That's so Union. It really is. Alright. That was definitely an FM moment there. Gotta plug in my laptop. And alright, that's the end of the game right there. Trusty Fafa and Toclay Sagirsi. 3-3 draw. And yeah, that's a tough draw right there. So alright guys, I'm ending the episode here, and I think we're going to come back for, let's see, it's 4 games there. We just did Atlanta United. And I'll come back for the LA Galaxy, since they got Zlatan Ibrahimovic in there now, see how we stack up against the LA Galaxy, and they're doing pretty well. They're in 2nd place. So yeah, that's it. Rate the video, comment, subscribe, all that stuff, and I'll see you guys for the next one.